The question is not always, what do I need that I don't have? Sometimes the better question is, what do I already have and what can I do with it? Welcome to this new episode on our series, How to Think Like a Mathematician, where we brainstorm on how to look at life through the eyes of a mathematician. On this episode, we are going to be looking at an important concept where many people get stuck because they believe they don't have enough. You see somebody with potential who will tell you, I can't start because I don't have enough. Mathematics has taught me to think differently. You see, many times you have an equation you need to solve, and if you focus on what you don't know, you may not be able to solve the equation. But to solve that equation, you have to focus on what you already know. This concept is not just a mathematics concept, but it is a biblical concept, as we are going to be seeing in this video. You will discover that maybe the reason you are stuck is not because you don't have enough, but because you are not utilizing, you are not making use of, you are not putting into service what you already have in your hands. So stay tuned, watch to the end. If you are not yet subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You can have a problem or situation you want to resolve. In mathematics, let's call it 2x plus 5 equal to 17. Now, most people will focus on the unknown, but mathematics teaches us to start with what we know. What do we know here? The known, we know 2, we know 5, we know 17. The unknown, x, that's the unknown. So we use what we know to get what we don't know. So what do we know? We know that 2 is multiplying what we don't know, and 5 is added to it, and the result is 17. So we first of all start by removing that 5 that has been added to it. So if you remove the 5 that has been added to it, we are left with 2x. So you need to also remove that 5 from what you already know, from the result. You remove that 5 from the result. So when you remove that 5 from the result, you are left with 12. So what do you do next? 2 is multiplying what we don't know, and the result is 12. So what do? You use what you know. This 2 that is multiplying, to undo its effect, we divide. So we divide this unknown by 2, and if you divide by 2, the unknown will be left alone. And so we also have to divide the result by 2. And so when you divide 12 by 2, you have 6. And so you have started from the unknown, you have started from what you know, and you have ended up having what you don't know. That's how life works. You work from what you know and you get what you don't know. So maybe your next opportunity is not waiting for you to get more money, to get more connections, to get more experience. It is simply waiting for you to use what you already have in your hands. You may already have your brains, you may already have credibility, you may already have physical strength, you may already have people who already trust you. That could be just what you need to start. Moses in the burning bush, what God asked him, what do you have in your hand? And he had a staff. God used that staff to make a miracle. And that's where his mission started. When Jesus fed the multitude, he asked his disciples, what do we already have? What do we have in our hands? And the disciples replied, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And that is what Jesus Christ used and multiplied, and thousands of people were fed because he put what they had in hand to service. God can begin with what is already in your hands and take you to a height you could never imagine. All you need to do is to put what you have, what you already know, in service. Put it to use. Ask God for wisdom to recognize the talents, the gift, the resources you already have in your hands, because your next destination may be hidden behind it. Your elevation may be hidden behind what you already have in your hands. You may be closer to the answer you are looking for more than you can imagine. What is stopping you is not putting to use what you already have in your hands. If you are someone who is planning to build something great and you think you are beginning from scratch, the most important thing you need to build is your credibility. And you don't need money, don't need connection to build your credibility. It is an important resource you need to build whatever you want to build. So you don't focus on what you don't know. You start with what you already know, because what you already know will take you to what you don't yet know. The takeaway from this video is you should not let your focus on what you don't have blind you to what you already have in your hands. Sometimes the answer to your next step is not another resource, but it is simply a new way of using what you already have in your hands. Thanks for watching. It's the CEO of Kameh Supplies. We are headed for the top, but the bottom is crowded. Join us on this journey. Like, comment, and share for others to discover the amazing contents we are sharing. Be blessed. See you on the next video. Thank you.